Okay, people, so Jamel Herring stops Cole Frampton in the 6th round to retain his WBO super featherweight title. I don't really think this fight went too far off the script to what most people predicted. It wasn't completely one-sided, but from the opening round, even though it was very sketchy at first, the size difference became so apparent. You know, it wasn't just the height and reach that Herring had over Frampton, but it just looked like to me that both guys looked like they were fighting in different weight divisions. It was very, very unusual. But the mad thing is, obviously, there was barely any difference between them on the scales, but it did look a little bizarre to me. But that being said, the first 3 rounds I gave to Herring, but Frampton was still having some luck on the inside. It wasn't completely one-sided in that respect. He had some fantastic shots with the left hook, Frampton. He actually hurt and buzzed Herring quite badly in the 4th. And he had a really bad cut over the right eye. So he had some success there. And I thought he may have just clawed his way back into the fight. But unfortunately, at the start of the 5th, he walked onto a peach of a jab from Herring and he hit the canvas. And the writing was almost on the wall for Frampton at that point. I just couldn't see him getting back into the fight unless he took the fight to Herring and just made it really, really nasty, especially on the inside. And that's what I mean. That's where I thought he had his most success, because the only way you're really going to be able to beat an opponent of that size is if you take their height and reach away from them and just make it really, really spiteful. And he was having moments of that success, like I said, but it got to the 6th and he got put down with a tremendous uppercut, which I didn't actually think he was going to get up from. It was an absolute beauty of a shot from Herring, but he did get back up. He looked dazed. I think he got to his feet by about 8. Ref allowed it to continue, which I was absolutely fine with. He didn't look like he was completely out of it. He knew where he was, but at that point, I think the ending was near, and Herring knew that, and he went in for the finish. So, like I said, didn't go too far off the script. I think most people had Herring as a favourite. I had a feeling this would be Frampton's swan song. He did obviously make it pretty clear after the fight that if he would have lost, then he'd be retiring. And I think there's no shame in that. You know, I look back at his career. You know, he obviously had success at 2 different weight divisions. First, obviously, being super bantam, and obviously then when he moved up to feather, and he was obviously hoping to sort of put the cherry on top with this final one as well. But yeah, I mean, look, still great career. He can retire knowing that he's done the sport a service and he's got nothing to be ashamed of there. As far as Jamel Herring, where does he go? Personally, if we're looking at the rankings, I think he gets out of the super featherweight division ASAP. He's got a mandatory to face in Shakur Stevenson, and I don't think he's going to want anything to do with that. I think he looks more than big enough to make a step up to lightweight personally. I know you've obviously got some absolute sharks in there at the moment, and it's a very, very populated division. But I don't think Herring should stay at super feather. I mean, I know he's talking about trying to unify a couple of titles, but no, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think at the age that he is, he needs to be facing someone like Shakur Stevenson anytime soon. So my advice to him, vacate the belt, get yourself up to lightweight, and then see how you fare. But yeah, you know, just a quick one. Shout out to Cole Frampton. You know, enjoy your retirement. You have earned it. Peace.